All right, what we have here is a 2010 Ford Focus. Customer's complaint, it does not start. Put the key on, don't do nothing. Don't crank, don't do nothing. So we got the key here. Let's put it in here. Put the key in the on position. All the lights on the dashboard does come on. So that's a good sign right there. Go to start, nothing at all. Make sure your car's in park or neutral. And it is, and it still won't do it. So we're going to diagnose this problem. Now, before we begin, your vehicle may be doing the same thing. And there's a lot of reasons why a car will not start. It'll have these same symptoms, but will not start. So whatever we find out in this video doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the same answer to your vehicle. But we will have other videos on our website, so check them out. All right, the next thing we're going to do is, guys and girls, you got to get a test light, but try to get a power probe. A power probe is like a test light on steroids. Very good. Let's get our power probe, and I'll meet you up under the hood. All right, we got our power probe, or you have a test light. You're going to take your test light and hook it up to the ground. A power probe, you're going to hook up to the ground and positive. Now, the first thing we're going to do is, on these vehicles, this is a nice, easy way of testing whether your starter is good. Wow, all right, so what we're going to do here is, over here next to the battery, you're going to see a connector right here. Now, this connector is actually going down to the S terminal of the starter. So what you want to do is take that little tab right there, squeeze that tab in, and unplug it. Yeah, this thing. All right, now this wire right here. Now what I'm going to do here is take my power probe. Now you're going to take your test light. You're just going to hook it up, make sure it touches that little terminal inside there. Now, before we begin, my power probe, if it hits ground, it's going to do that. It's going to make that kind of tone, and there's going to be a green negative sign up here. If it's positive, it's a different tone, and then the positive will light up. Now what I'm going to do is hook this up right here, make sure it's making a good connection. And if you can't make a good connection, what you want to do is get you a little piercing probe right here, this thing with an alligator clip on the end. What you want to do is take it and hook it onto the wire, because there's a little prickle pin right there. So that'll stick into the wire. Make sure that grabs good. Take this end and connect it to the power probe. Now when I go inside the car and put it in the start position, that should light up red, which means they're sending signal down to the starter. Or, a little quicker way, take your power probe. Now you're not going to be able to do this with a test light. This is the other end. There's a little pin inside there that's going down to the starter. Touch that, and you want to just supply 12 volts to it briefly. When you supply 12 volts to it, the starter should engage. Check that out. We already know now that our starter is good. So that means our problem is back that way. So what we're going to do is, well, actually we don't have to try this, but we're going to do it anyway. I'll hook this up. Now I'm going to go inside the car. And you want to make sure this does not touch anything negative. Because if 12 volts is going through there, you're going to short something out if it's touching ground somewhere. So we're going to go like that. And then we go inside the car. Okay, I am going to the start position now. Anything happen?
No.
Okay, so we know our problem is further back, whether it's a relay, whether it's the safety neutral switch, ignition switch, or the key and cylinder. So let's check that out. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, let's plug this back up, because we know we checked everything there. All right, now you're gonna have your power distribution box right here. On the side over here is gonna be a little tab. You're gonna pull this tab out this way and pick up the cover just like this. Bring that cover up. Get that cover out of the way. You have your relay and fuses. Now, this relay right here is your starter relay. So you're gonna that starter relay up. Get your power probe or your test light. Get your power probe. Don't play around and get no test light. One of these terminals are supposed to be hot all the time, and that's going to be this one right here. Touch that. Bam. We got 12 volts. This is a fuse. It's a fuse going to this, so we know the fuse is good. This one right here is going to right to your starter. Bam. Now check this out. It's ground because the starter is grounded. If I unplug this, now check it again, nothing. See, so we know our connection is good. The next thing we're going to have is one of these is going to be grounded. Now it's just pulsing like that. It's coming from the ECM. But so if you get that, no, it's nothing wrong. Everything is good. This side right here should be 12 volts hot when the key is put into the start position. It goes over, it starts, and then it activates this relay. So we're going to put it like that. And we're going to get our key. And we're going to try that. Dang it. Yeah. Hold on.
I'm too close now.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, it's in the start position.
It says 0.
Okay. So we now know our issue is not the relay. The relay is good. It's just we're not getting a signal to the relay. So we can actually plug that back up now. Now, the next thing we're going to go to is your neutral safety switch. But your neutral safety switch mounted on the transmission is sometimes difficult to get to. So we're going to step back a little bit further and go check out the ignition switch or the key and cylinder. And if those check out good, then we know we got to go an issue down at the safety neutral switch. All right, so let's go check that out. All right, your ignition switch. Now, don't get it confused. A lot of times people will say ignition switch and people thinking that's the one you put the key in. No, that's the lock and cylinder. Your ignition switch is connected to the lock and cylinder and what activates everything in the car. Yours is located behind this cover, right in this vicinity right here. So we got to remove this cover. In order to remove this cover, you're going to need, first of all, a 5.5 millimeter socket or a 7/32 socket. And underneath here, you're gonna have three screws. One right here, one over here, and you can probably see that one better inside there. So you're gonna get those 3 screws out, and I got a 7/32 deep socket, 1/4 inch drive, 5-inch 1/4 inch drive extension, and somewhere I got my ratchet. So let's go up there and remove those 3 screws. All right, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna have a tilt steering wheel. So you want to take your lever and push that lever down like that. Let's get that down out of the way, just like that. Now your cover is gonna separate right along this seam right here on both sides. You can probably take your hand, just pop it up on both sides. Okay, take that top off, put it to the side. Now this bottom one, you don't have to take off, but what I want you to do is push it down and just out of the way right there. And right there is your ignition switch. Now your ignition switch is going to have a series of wires right here. Your main one you're looking at is the blue with the white. That is the one that is powering that relay. So what we're going to do here is get our little tester connector, our probe, get our power probe, and we're gonna put the key in the on position. We're gonna try to start the car, and we should get 12 volts at this wire. If we are, then we're gonna have a break in here going down. Actually, this going down to the neutral safety switch or the relay. One of them down there. Supposed to be 12 volts. All right, let's get our connector right back. All Alright guys, we got our tester. Now the first thing we're going to do is, we got a blue with a red tracer wire here. We're going to check that one first, because that one is what's supplying power to the ignition switch. I don't know if we have to have the key on or not. 12 volts. That is good. Now, once you put the key in the start position, 12 volts should, if I get this disconnected, transfer over to this wire right here, the blue with the white tracer. So we want to make sure we get that. And now I think I misspoke before. This wire is going, it supplies 12 volts down to your computer. Then your computer in return will supply voltage, I believe it's voltage or ground, going to that relay. So we're going to check back to here. So it's grounded. Let me take my key. Ah, look at that. And that's exactly what we was getting up there. Nothing at all. So we know now our problem is because we just went past, being that we jumped it up there. I mean, we still can have an issue with the neutral safety switch, but we know we supposed to have got 12 volts right here. So now what we're going to do is find out which one it is. Now by doing that, we're going to disconnect this ignition switch. This ignition switch is disconnected. It's very easy. I want you to look up here. Whoops. There's a tab holding it up here and below. Let me see if I can get, first, you see the tip where I'm at?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna stick the tab, you're gonna go pick a small screwdriver or something and tab right into there. Push that down. Did you see how that backed out?
Yeah.
Alright. You want me to push it back and do it again?
No, it's just you had gotten kind of in the way.
Oh, okay, let me push it back up there.
But we saw it sticking out now.
Okay, you ready?
Mhm.
All right,
Wait. Okay.
So you go right about here, right up close to this edge right here. There's a tab in there. Push that tab in.
Okay.
Back that up. I'm gonna, hopefully we can see up under here. Right here in this little section. There's a push right up here of the other tab. And while you're doing that, you gotta push out on it like that. Now, both tabs are out. Now you want to push it back out that way. Just like that. Let's bring this out. And if you look, let me set this down. If you look inside there, right there,
Yeah.
that's where, when you put your key in and turn it, see that turn inside there? So, now what we're gonna do here is we're bypassing the key and cylinder. And what we're gonna do is take a screwdriver, stick it into here, and when I turn it, the dash lights come on. Now, if I go to try to start this, if the vehicle starts, we know everything up there is good. We know our problem is in the key and cylinder. If it don't, then it's going to be this. So go ahead. Whoops. Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. Won't do that. You gotta have the key in the on position because my security light was just flashing. So you gotta have that key on like that so it can recognize the key. And I noticed that because when I did it, in this corner up here, you can see watch the little flashing security light. Alright, so you gotta be careful about that. So let's go ahead and try it again. Put it on. Look at that, the car started. So we know our issue is in the key and cylinder, and we will have a video on replacing that. Alright, hope this helps out. Remember, just because this problem came out to be the key and cylinder, you have to check this. You have to check your safety neutral switch. There's other possibilities of your car not starting. All right, take care.